Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Abdullah. I'm the director of Condira. In the previous series of videos, we had basically looked at what I call as a basic question. Basic questions are those questions the probability of being asked is high. Basic questions are those questions which will help the company understand what you are. We said there are 5 basic questions. Tell me something about yourself, which otherwise is asked as introduce yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this question basically talks about your past. Your strengths and weaknesses talk about your present. Your short-term goal and long-term goal, or the combination of both of this, which is basically asked as what is your aim in life, ladies and gentlemen, talk about your future. By making the company understand your past, your present and the future, the company gets to understand the whole story of what you are. Ladies and gentlemen, these questions are very important, as I had said earlier in the previous video as well. The reason, because these are those questions which can be asked in the first 1 minute of the interview. Remember, the first 1 minute is the most important time. If you can control the interview in the first 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, your confidence will increase. And once it does, even if a tough question is asked subsequently, you will be in a position to answer them well. Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, yes, you need to prepare for them and prepare for them well. This series of videos is more about those questions. The probability of being asked is less, but nevertheless, they can be asked. When you go inside the interview room, when you are fighting for your life, when you are going to spend 5 to 15 minutes inside the interview room, yes, you are going to be asked quite a few questions. Now, quite a few of these questions are questions which are personal to you. So how do we answer these questions? How do we use this to sell ourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, this series is about that. When you go inside the interview room, they could ask questions which are very important, like, why not higher education? This question is very, very important, especially for people who are doing their bachelor's. But yes, this will not be asked for persons who are already doing their master's. Similarly, they could be questions which are icebreakers. The moment you step in, they could probably ask, how are you feeling today? Or questions that can be asked towards the end of the interview. How do you believe your interview went? Do you believe you will be selected? Is there any questions you would like to ask us? How do we answer such questions? This series is about that. Ladies and gentlemen, what is a good answer? A good answer has 3 important features, and you need to remember that, and yes, I will go on repeating them as well. Feature number 1, it has to be about you. You are the hero. Any question that is asked, you can speak, but the question is, did you really sell or not? So if you can bring back the answer to yourself, highlight what you have learned, highlight what makes you special, ladies and gentlemen, you are allowing the company to know amazing features about what you are. That is what is art of selling, isn't it? So you should be able to do so. If you can do so, you have won one battle. There's a second element to all that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to learn how to control the interview. So the answer, whatever you give, if it can help control the interview, in the sense, force them to ask a question that you want them to ask, you have learned the second battle. If you can bring the first one and second one together, the answer is a great answer. But there's a third element. If you bring in together, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be victorious. That is what is personalization all about. Interviewer is interviewing quite a few people that day. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to be tired. So when you sit in front of that person and give an answer which others have also given, that's not a good answer. It's a boring answer. So that is where the element of personalization comes into picture. Learn the art of personalizing. So whenever a question is asked, if you can look back into your life, take certain elements of your life, use that in the answer, then the answer becomes a very powerful answer. Each of these questions that we are going to analyze in the series, we will look at what are the standard answers that we get in the interview. We will critically analyze those. What are the good elements, what are the bad elements, and then we will learn. Ladies and gentlemen, a wise man said, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. We don't need to make a mistake, because quite often, especially when we are going for interviews, we probably cannot afford to make a mistake because we don't get too many offers of an interview as well. Forget about offers of a job. We need a job. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to fight for that job. Thank you so much.